So the problems that are in the world today are, like you said, without question. The amount of corruption that's in the world is atrocious, and it's continuing to increase. But unlike any other time in history, it's fulfilling the prophecy that we see in the Gemara Masechet Sotah, where there's going to be chutzpah tizgeh. There's going to be a generation of people that have no shame whatsoever. So when it comes to corruption has always been in the world, but now it's at a level where it's out in the open. So, for example, what's happening now, you're seeing that they have these cities are closed down. They're not allowed to work. They're not allowed to do anything, and everybody has to stay home and quarantine. But yet, the Speaker of the House in America, the lady over there, the Shait Merushait that she is, wicked garbage that she is, while she obligates her own city of San Francisco to shut down, and at the very least make less sins, hopefully, but she goes to a hair salon without a mask, without a care in the world. Everybody else shut down. The business cannot operate. But she is allowed to operate, no problem. That's a form of corruption. It's a form of corruption, but now it's in the open. In the past, they've always done stuff like this. But now it's like in the open, and after they showed her on camera that she's doing this, she goes, no, I was set up. Like, it doesn't matter, you were set up, not set up. You did it. You did it. You don't even feel bad about it. Same thing going on with all this coronavirus numbers. Everybody knows the coronavirus, whether it's a bad, everybody knows that it exists in the world, but at the same token, everyone that's paying attention knows that the numbers are fake. The numbers are fake. The amount of death, the amount of sick, all that stuff is fake. Because right now, because of the corruption, everyone is being diagnosed with corona. Even the guy died from a heart attack, corona. The guy died from a car accident, corona. The guy died from a headache, corona. Everything is corona. Why? Because if he dies from a regular thing, the hospital gets $18,000. If he dies from corona, it's $40,000. That's a pretty big test for someone that's not living with God in his life. You're talking about $22,000 difference, 140% difference, a big difference. So the point being is, there's a lot of corruption when it comes to that. Because people have no emunah, no faith in Hashem, so they feel like they have a need to be corrupt. They have a need to cheat. They have a need to beat the system. So this is one of the prophecies that's going to happen at the end of days, that this type of shamelessness will grow to a highest level that it's ever been before Mashiach comes. Okay? Now, as far as the people that will survive this difficult time, you look at the prophet Zechariah, chapter 14. It talks about the last war, which is called Gog uMagog. There's also in Ezekiel chapter 38. And it talks about the Hashem's cleansing of the world by using this war in this last generation, where the prophet says that 2/3 of the world will be destroyed. 2/3 of the population. So if, let's say, we're working off of the current, let's say 8 billion people, 6 billion gone. Okay, something close to that. Okay, so that's gone already. Now, the remaining 2 billion and change, Hashem says to the prophet over there, and obviously to us, that Hashem will purify them like you purify gold and silver. Meaning that just because they survived the first big attack, doesn't mean that they're sky-free. Meaning that that remaining third still has to go through a purification system before and during. Meaning that each of us is going to have our own tests. Our emunah test, faith test, our ethics test, our everything test, our Torah test, everybody's going to be tested to the highest limit you can possibly imagine. And trust me, Hashem knows that you're much stronger than you think you are. Meaning that whatever test you have right now you think you can't take anymore, if Hashem's giving it to you, He knows you can take it. So everyone's going to be tested up to the moon. And those who pass the test, those will be the ones that will see Pnei Mashiach, will see the face of Mashiach. So it is not by the miracle per se of Hashem simply deciding, look, this one, you know what? I'm just going to put a spiritual bubble around him and nothing's going to touch him just because I feel like it. No, it's not. It doesn't necessarily work that way. The time of Mashiach, you have to have merit. How do you have this merit? By passing those tests and by fulfilling what the sages said, which is asok b'Torah ubigmilut chasadim, to employ yourself in Torah, like we talked about last night, and philanthropy, helping people do tshuva, doing kindness, and so on. By overcoming your test, that's obviously needless to say, just because that's your own tshuva. If you're not overcoming your own test, you haven't completed your tshuva. The second token is, obviously, how do you have the strength to overcome your test? By employing yourself in Torah. Because it's very difficult to have emunah and have faith in Hashem if you don't learn a little bit of Torah every day. It's very difficult. Truth be told, it's impossible. It's impossible to have faith in Hashem without learning Torah. Impossible.
B'Shem Hashem Na'aseh v'Natzliach, we're very excited to offer you the new Be'ezrat Hashem app 3.0. It's a newer, faster app full of Torah, lots of Kedusha by the Shiurim that we do, myself, Rabbi Ephraim, Rav Chaim, where you'll have also newer features where you're able to use the app while you're using other applications on your phone. You'll be able to share the lectures directly from the app. You'll be able to donate online and support our Kiruv and our Torah work that we're doing. And the most exciting feature is that you'll be able to actually ask questions directly on the app and get answers from the rabbis directly from the app. This is something unprecedented, and Baruch Hashem will be able to offer it. Thank you again for all of your support. Check it out. Make sure you have the kosher Torah that will re-energize your neshama each and every single day. Call to B'chava Tzlacha.